When we think of the giants upon whose shoulders we stand, Aristotle's name shines brightly. His ideas, spanning logic, ethics, politics, and more, have shaped Western thought for over 2 millennia. Aristotle's influence is inescapable, woven into the very fabric of our understanding of the world. Pause 5s. To truly understand Aristotle, we must first look at the environment that shaped him. Born in 384 BC in the small town of Stagira, Aristotle was immersed in a world rich with intellectual curiosity and cultural diversity. His father, Nicomachus, was a court physician to the Macedonian king, exposing young Aristotle to a blend of medical knowledge and philosophical inquiry. Pause 5s. Aristotle's early education was likely influenced by his father's scientific approach, fostering a keen interest in the natural world. This foundation set the stage for a lifetime of exploration and discovery, as Aristotle sought to unravel the complexities of existence through observation and reason. Pause 5s. The intellectual landscape of ancient Greece was a fertile ground for Aristotle's burgeoning curiosity. Philosophers like Socrates and Plato were revolutionizing thought, challenging traditional beliefs, and seeking deeper truths. Aristotle's formative years were spent absorbing these radical ideas, shaping his own unique perspective. Pause 5s. As we delve deeper into Aristotle's life and work, we begin to see how these early influences carved the path for one of history's greatest minds. His relentless pursuit of knowledge and understanding was not just a personal quest, but a beacon that would illuminate the corridors of human thought for centuries to come. Pause 5s. From the medical teachings of his father to the philosophical debates that surrounded him, every experience contributed to the making of Aristotle. It is within this rich tapestry of influences that we find the roots of his enduring legacy. Aristotle's impact extends far beyond his own time. His ideas have been debated, challenged, and embraced by generations of thinkers. Even today, in an age dominated by science and technology, Aristotle's insights remain relevant. Aristotle was more than just a philosopher. He was a true polymath, a master of many disciplines. He believed in the interconnectedness of all things, that to understand one aspect of the universe, one must strive to understand the whole. His insatiable curiosity and relentless pursuit of truth continue to inspire us today. Aristotle was born in 384 BCE in Stagira, a city with a vibrant intellectual life. His father, Nicomachus, was a respected physician, which exposed Aristotle to the rudiments of medicine and the careful observation of nature. This early exposure fostered in him a deep curiosity about the workings of the world. At 17, Aristotle traveled to Athens to enroll in Plato's academy. Here, he immersed himself in philosophy, engaging in rigorous debates and discussions. Despite their intellectual disagreements, Aristotle held Plato in high regard, remaining at the academy for 20 years. Plato's death marked a turning point in Aristotle's life. He traveled to Assos, where he was welcomed by Hermeias, a patron of philosophy. Aristotle's interest in natural history blossomed, laying the groundwork for his later treatises on biology. Aristotle developed the first formal system of logic known as Aristotelian logic. This system provided a set of rules for constructing valid arguments and avoiding fallacious reasoning. Aristotle's emphasis on clear thinking and valid reasoning remains as relevant today as it was in ancient Greece. Aristotle's work in metaphysics delved into fundamental questions about the nature of reality. He emphasized the importance of the material world and the role of observation in understanding it. Aristotle's ideas about causality have had a lasting impact on scientific thought. Aristotle's philosophical inquiries extended to ethics and politics. In his Nicomachean Ethics, he laid out a system of virtue ethics centered on eudaimonia, or flourishing. Aristotle's political philosophy advocated for a mixed constitution to promote the common good. Aristotle's impact on science is significant, often hailed as the father of biology. His approach to understanding nature was rooted in empirical observation and meticulous categorization. Aristotle's work inspired generations of naturalists and scientists, paving the way for the scientific revolution. In 343 BCE, Aristotle was invited to tutor Alexander, the son of King Philip II of Macedon. For 3 years, Aristotle guided Alexander's intellectual development, exposing him to a wide range of subjects. The extent to which Aristotle shaped Alexander's worldview and actions remains a subject of debate. Aristotle's influence on Alexander is elusive, but certain aspects of Alexander's reign hint at the philosopher's teachings. Alexander's fascination with other cultures and his efforts to incorporate Persian customs suggest an openness to diversity from Aristotle's teachings. Alexander's patronage of scholars and scientists and his establishment of libraries reflect a belief in knowledge resonating with Aristotle. However, it is crucial to avoid overstating Aristotle's influence. Alexander's empire, built on military might, diverged from Aristotle's vision of a virtuous society. Alexander's conquests spread Greek culture, but also brought immense bloodshed. Aristotle, who advocated balance and the good life, might have been horrified by the violence. The relationship between Aristotle and Alexander is complex, reminding us that the transmission of ideas is rarely straightforward. Even brilliant minds cannot control the impact of their teachings. Alexander's reign, for all its grandeur and brutality, stands as a testament to the enduring power of ideas, ideas refracted through ambition, circumstance, and history. In 335 BCE, after years of travel and scholarship, Aristotle returned to Athens, a city brimming with intellectual energy. His former teacher Plato had passed away, leaving a void in the philosophical landscape. Aristotle, now a renowned thinker in his own right, sought to establish an institution that would rival the academy, a place where knowledge could be pursued with rigor and passion. Thus, the Lyceum was born. Located just outside the city walls in a grove sacred to the god Apollo Lyceus, the Lyceum offered a serene setting for intellectual exploration. Unlike the academy, which focused on abstract philosophical inquiry, the Lyceum embraced a wider range of disciplines, encompassing everything from logic and metaphysics to biology, politics, and rhetoric. Aristotle envisioned the Lyceum as a center for both teaching and research. He gathered a dedicated group of scholars, known as peripatetics, from the Greek word for to walk about, who shared his thirst for knowledge and his commitment to empirical observation. Together, they embarked on an ambitious program of study, collecting data, conducting experiments, and engaging in lively debates. The Lyceum quickly gained a reputation as a hub of intellectual ferment, attracting students from across the Greek world. Aristotle's lectures, covering a wide range of subjects, were legendary for their clarity, depth, and originality. He encouraged his students to think critically, to question assumptions, and to base their conclusions on evidence. Section 2. The Peripatetic Method: Walking, Talking, and Discovering. Central to the Lyceum's unique approach to learning was the peripatetic method. Aristotle believed that intellectual activity was enhanced by physical movement, that walking and talking stimulated thought. Thus, he and his students often conducted their discussions while strolling through the Lyceum's gardens and covered walkways. This practice of walking and talking not only fostered a sense of community and intellectual exchange, but also allowed for a more dynamic and engaging learning experience. As they walked, Aristotle and his students would observe the natural world, pointing out interesting specimens of plants and animals, discussing their characteristics and behaviors. The peripatetic method reflected Aristotle's belief in the importance of empirical observation. He encouraged his students to use all their senses to gather information about the world, to record their observations meticulously, and to search for patterns and relationships. This emphasis on observation and data collection laid the groundwork for the scientific method that would later revolutionize our understanding of the universe. The Lyceum's library, one of the most extensive in the ancient world, played a crucial role in the peripatetic's research. Aristotle amassed a vast collection of scrolls, including philosophical treatises, scientific observations, historical accounts, and literary works. He believed that access to a wide range of sources was essential for informed inquiry. Section 3. A Legacy of Research, the Lyceum's Enduring Impact. Under Aristotle's leadership, the Lyceum became a powerhouse of research, shaping Western thought for centuries. Aristotle was a prolific writer, producing treatises on logic, metaphysics, ethics, politics, and more. His biological works, based on meticulous observation, were groundbreaking. Aristotle's classifications of animals and insights into behavior remained unmatched for centuries. He laid the foundation for the scientific study of life, inspiring generations. The Lyceum's contributions to other fields were equally significant. Aristotle's work on logic provided the foundation for Western philosophical inquiry. The Lyceum's impact extended far beyond Aristotle's lifetime. After his death, his followers preserved and expanded his teachings. The Lyceum remained a vibrant center of learning for centuries. Aristotle's emphasis on empirical observation and rigorous reasoning continues to inspire us today. Section 1. The Unintended Journey of Aristotle's Works. Aristotle's death in 322 BCE marked the end of an era, but it was not the end of his influence. Far from it. His ideas, meticulously recorded in countless scrolls, embarked on an unintended journey through time, their fate intertwined with the rise and fall of empires, the spread of religions, and the shifting tides of intellectual history. Upon his death, Aristotle's vast library, containing both his own writings and a wealth of other scholarly works, passed into the hands of his successor at the Lyceum, Theophrastus. Theophrastus, a brilliant botanist in his own right, continued Aristotle's legacy of research and teaching, ensuring that the Lyceum remained a vibrant center of learning for decades to come. However, the Lyceum's fortunes waned in the tumultuous centuries that followed. The rise of Rome, while spreading Greek culture throughout the Mediterranean, also brought about the decline of Athens as an intellectual center. The Lyceum, once a beacon of knowledge, gradually faded in prominence. The fate of Aristotle's writings during this period is shrouded in mystery. Some accounts suggest that they were hidden away in a cellar in Skepsis, a town in Asia Minor, to protect them from plundering Roman armies. Others claim that they were eventually transported to Alexandria, where they became part of the legendary Library of Alexandria, a repository of knowledge that rivaled the Lyceum itself. The first teacher: Aristotle's impact on the Islamic Golden Age. While Aristotle's works languished in relative obscurity in the West, they found a new home in the burgeoning intellectual centers of the Islamic Golden Age. During the 8th to 13th centuries CE, Islamic scholars embarked on an ambitious project of translation and scholarship, preserving and interpreting the works of ancient Greek thinkers, including Aristotle. Aristotle's emphasis on reason, observation, and the pursuit of knowledge resonated deeply with Islamic philosophers, who saw in his works a framework for understanding the natural world and the human condition. Aristotle became known as the first teacher, his writings studied and debated in the mosques and madrasas of Baghdad, Cordoba, and Cairo. Islamic philosophers such as Al-Kindi, Al-Farabi, and Avicenna engaged deeply with Aristotle's ideas, integrating them into their own philosophical systems. They produced insightful commentaries on Aristotle's works, exploring his concepts of logic, metaphysics, ethics, and politics with a fresh perspective. Avicenna, perhaps the most influential of the Islamic Aristotelians, saw no contradiction between faith and reason. He argued that Aristotle's philosophy, properly understood, could be reconciled with the teachings of Islam. Avicenna's synthesis of Aristotelian thought and Islamic theology had a profound impact on both traditions, shaping intellectual discourse for centuries to come. A Renaissance revival: Aristotle in a new light. As Europe emerged from the Middle Ages, a renewed interest in classical learning swept the continent. The Renaissance brought a resurgence of interest in Aristotle's works. Aristotle's writings, preserved in the Islamic world, returned to Europe through translations. Scholars devoured these texts, sparking a revival of Aristotelian thought. Thomas Aquinas integrated Aristotle's philosophy into Christian thought. Aquinas argued Aristotle's logic could enrich Christian theology. Aquinas' synthesis, known as Thomism, became dominant in the Catholic Church. Aristotle's ideas influenced generations of theologians and philosophers. The Renaissance also renewed appreciation for Aristotle's scientific contributions. Leonardo da Vinci studied Aristotle's biological works. Copernicus drew inspiration from Aristotle's emphasis on empirical observation. A timeless legacy, Aristotle's enduring relevance. As we've journeyed through Aristotle's life, explored his vast contributions, and traced his enduring influence, one thing becomes abundantly clear. His ideas have transcended the boundaries of time and place. Born over 2,000 years ago in a world vastly different from our own, Aristotle grappled with questions that continue to captivate and challenge us today. His emphasis on reason and observation, his meticulous categorization of knowledge, and his relentless pursuit of truth remain cornerstones of intellectual inquiry. In an age often characterized by rapid technological advancements and an ever-expanding sea of information, Aristotle's call for clear thinking, logical reasoning, and a grounded understanding of the world around us is more relevant than ever. His ethical theories, with their focus on virtue, happiness, and the good life, provide a framework for navigating the complex moral dilemmas of the 21st century. His political philosophy, while rooted in the context of ancient Greece, offers insights into the challenges of governance, justice, and the common good that continue to resonate in modern societies. Aristotle's enduring legacy lies not in providing definitive answers, but in asking the right questions, in equipping us with the intellectual tools to grapple with life's complexities. His work reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge is an ongoing journey, a never-ending quest to understand ourselves and the world around us. Aristotle's challenge to future generations. Aristotle's influence is a living force shaping intellectual discourse. His ideas have been debated and reinterpreted by generations. This ongoing dialogue is a testament to the enduring power of his ideas. As we face 21st century challenges, Aristotle's legacy guides and challenges us. His emphasis on observation and reason is essential for addressing global issues. His ethical theories provide a moral compass for modern dilemmas. Aristotle's relevance transcends time, speaking to fundamental questions. What does it mean to live a good life? How can we create a just and flourishing society? These questions are as urgent today as in ancient Greece. Aristotle's legacy challenges future generations to continue the quest for knowledge.